Singapore Ministry of Foreign Affairs has released press statement. They've strongly come out against the US attack in Venezuela. They've said consistently they've opposed actions that undermine international law. This includes foreign military intervention in any country. Singapore has stressed respect for sovereignty and peaceful resolution. Ambassador Bashwati Mukherjee, former diplomat, is with us live on this big story. Ambassador Mukherjee, Singapore also now issuing a pretty strong statement on this Venezuelan strike by the United States of America.
Yes, actually, earlier there were very few statements which had come in from Asia, except for China. Now they are slowly coming in. We have also issued a statement about 4 hours ago. Naturally, the statements which are coming in from our region are also cautious because we are trying to monitor a very fluid situation, as Pramit said. It's not clear at all as to how President Trump is going to administer a large country, I think of 20 million people from Washington. It's not the age of imperialism of the last century. When the Venezuelan people understand how much control is being exerted, including over their natural resources, the oil, the copper, the gold, etc., are they going to accept it? Or will there be civil war in Venezuela? Or will the Trump administration agree to free and fair elections, in which case they would have to accept whoever the people of Venezuela elect as their next president, etc. And as I said, questions are being asked as to why President Trump did not ask the exiled nominee who was supposed to have won the election, who's in exile in Spain actually, and whom the Nobel Peace Laureate, whom Trump has now said is not fit to run the country. She had actually supported that gentleman who's in Spain. How come there is no talk of bringing him back from exile into Venezuela and having a free and fair election so that the will of the people of Venezuela can prevail? But in that case, he cannot run Venezuela from Washington. The American oil companies cannot go back and take over the natural resources of Venezuela, etc. And moreover, this is an important country in Latin America. It doesn't really matter whether the Colombians liked Maduro or not. The Latins, I've dealt with them for a long time, they are like Asians, very prickly about sovereignty issues, governance, control over their resources, because like us, they have been exploited for centuries. There are different history of exploitation, but the exploitation is there. So they are particularly sensitive to matters relating to governance and sovereignty. So I just hope and pray, like many, that it doesn't become a really messy situation out there, which would then impact other parts of Latin America, particularly if there is a civil war type situation. The Colombians can put as many tanks. They did that last time too. But most militaries hesitate to shoot down civilians who are fleeing. That has always been the problem, and that is how a refugee buildup happens, because militaries are used to fighting militaries. They are not used to being told to shoot down innocent civilians trying to flee chaos. So we have to watch and wait. What Singapore is saying also reflects deep anxiety when the markets open tomorrow as to what kind of impact this kind of shock will have on the stock markets, on the oil energy markets, economically, etc. We have to watch and wait tomorrow to see what happens when the stock exchange opens. So I think more and more such statements will come, Uday, and they will be in the same direction, calling for calm, calling for peace, calling for return to normalcy, etc. And I would agree with those who say that it's clear that as far as Maduro and his wife are concerned, they are finished. They will be given,
Yes.
like Norway decades
Yes.
ago, they'll be given a 20-year sentence,
Yes.
and they will be in prison
Yes.
in a
Yes.
political
Okay. In fact, more breaking developments now coming in that we're tracking for our viewers. Israeli Prime